Pregame.com.
Pregame.tv breaking down two contenders, one expected, one not expected. Indianapolis goes to the Cactus League. They're taking on the Arizona Cardinals. I have an opinion on the total on this game, but I know that Vegas Runner likes something on a side. VR, welcome and congratulations. Your run continues in
Pacing.
the LVH top 5 continues.
Thank you. Down the stretch we come.
Let's do it.
The thing with this game, I'm high on the Colts. A lot of guys coming into the season, especially the math guys. We heard it. I've been saying it all year. This was the worst 11-5 team in football, at least according to the data last season. They should have been 8-8. That's what all the math guys were saying. I disagreed completely. I thought it was a young team, a rookie quarterback, and the stats just aren't going to be there for a team like that. But they got wins. And to me, that shows they're a quality football team. This season, good free agency, another year under their belt. All of a sudden, the stats reflect their record. And you're looking at a 7-3 football team that has earned every single win. Now they travel to Arizona, and I don't think this is a good spot for Indianapolis coming off that Thursday night game. And here's why. Arizona plays well at home. Here's one team that really does have that home-road dichotomy.
Do you think part of that might be that when teams go to the desert, it's kind of like the UNLV thing. We have a massive home field advantage. Teams do lousy, but it's not because of the crowd. It's because people get into all kinds of trouble in the 80 degrees in Phoenix, and good clubs to go out to the night before, and they just come in not ready to go.
Yeah, I agree. And here's the thing: when you look at offensively, both these teams are pretty equally matched. If you look at yards per play, Indy's only 0.2 yards per play better. But on the flip side of the ball, defensively, Arizona's a lot better. They allow 5 yards per play compared to only 6.1 for Indianapolis. So I think if this Arizona defense shows up like they have all season, it's going to be a tough afternoon for that Indy offense.
So you like the Cards in this
I
game?
do. I lean in. There's just not enough line value there. I was hoping to get him as a home dog so I could sprinkle away.
Because the problem here is you're laying 1.5.
Exactly.
And Indy's just a little bit. They are the better team.
They are.
So you have to lay points with the worst team, and I can't.
That's the problem. That's why I haven't
that.
fired. That's why I haven't fired.
I agree with you, and I thought coming into this game that Arizona would be a dog, and they're a great home dog. But two things here for Arizona that I'll follow up with your case. I love their special teams as well. I think they have a real special teams advantage. Patrick Peterson is fantastic, also a great defensive back. And the other thing, you got the Bruce Arians factor here. Part of the Colts' success last year, you have to give to that coach.
Yeah.
And now he's over on the Arizona side. Maybe
big
a little
plus.
revenge situation. I don't know what you want to call it, but I kind of like the coach on the Arizona sidelines in this game. I'd be willing to lay the points.
If you've got a team, an NFL franchise, and your season win number, Vegas says it's 5, you put a call into Bruce Arians.
Right.
And you say, you come coach my team, because in terms of covering against the opening number, that guy is setting records.
Well, what were they at 6.5 or 7 this year? And
They
already
opened
at 6.
I wonder if there's a bonus on the contract for against the Vegas
opened
number.
5.5 up to 6.5. Exactly. So Indianapolis opened, similarly at down at 5, and it's just amazing how what a great job that he has done with.
He's great.
And Carson Palmer's awful. He's a stiff, and the rest of the team solid. I think.
You like the total in this game?
Yeah, I do like the total. Let me talk a little bit about the dynamics of the total. We have a situation with whenever I'm a movie buff. I got to do my movie reference.
Give it to me.
I saw Die Hard 2 the other night, and the one the major goes, "Gentlemen, we have a situation here," and they take out the clips with the red duct tape, and they put in the clips with the blue, and that means they're going to be shooting blanks all over the place. Okay, and so I'm going somewhere. We have a situation here. These teams have been shooting blanks. They've been lower scoring, and the reason being, I'm going to lay this all out when I go ahead and make this official, why they've been lower scoring and why this game isn't going to be lower scoring if I can.
Go for it.
Let me make it official. Too bad, McLean. I was beginning to like you. I got enough friends. Die Hard 2. Let's get back. Focus, people. Arizona Cardinals. No snow there like there was in Die Hard 2. They reside in the NFC West. Who do we have there? Seattle Seahawks, San Francisco 49ers, and the Rams. 2 under teams, 1 neutral team. Let's go to Indianapolis. What has happened with the AFC South? Houston, Texans, dead, not under team. Until, of course, they got Case Keenum. A little higher scoring, but still an under team. Tennessee Titans, dead, not under team. And Jacksonville Jaguars couldn't score in a whorehouse. So you've got teams that have been playing nothing but lower scoring teams for the most part in their schedules. Now we finally have the one-over team from the NFC West playing the one-over team from the AFC South. They play each other, and what do we do when we see AFC against NFC? Earlier in the year, we had an 11-0 run to overs. Lack of familiarity. They only play each other every 4 years. That helps the offenses because the defenses don't know the tendencies of the players. I really like this over 44.5. Hey, it's a free play. I'm not supposed to give out premium plays on free play videos. I broke the rules. It's a premium play. It's a free play. The game's going over 44.5. Can't wait on this one. Got to grab that number. I'll predict it closes 47.
I really love the breakdown Steve makes there with the out-of-conference teams matching up against each other. They're unfamiliar with each other. You got Andrew Luck at the helm of the Indianapolis Colts. Carson Palmer coming off a pretty prolific game himself. Granted, it was against the Jaguars, but I agree with this one. I think I can see it going over the total pretty easily. How about you?
I agree with the couldn't score in the whorehouse analogy myself, personally. I always thought he was going to say the Cosmo on a Saturday night, but he used the whorehouse analogy instead.
Ching.
There you go.
You know, while we're talking about score, we're going to go over because I have to tell you, I saw the first quarter of that game. I don't know if you saw the Jacksonville game. So they go for it on 4th and 1 from their own 39, and they scored in the whorehouse because they threw a bomb to the tight end, and the guy went 61 yards. And I could just see Arizona like, what's this?
Here's why I agree with you. Because if you look at Arizona, they haven't been able to run the football this year. But they're going to be able to run the football against the Colts, who allow over 120 yards per game on the ground and 4.4 yards per carry. That means they're not going to be one-dimensional. I think teams have an easier time scoring when they're not one-dimensional. I don't like to back teams that can't run the football and going up against a defense that stops the run, because even if they're a prolific passing team, they're not going to have an easy afternoon against a defense that knows that's all you're going to be doing. When you drop 7 back in coverage, it's tough to put up points. But I think in this situation, because Arizona will be able to establish the run, they'll be able to pass on Indianapolis. And I think Indianapolis will be able to put up points as well. So I agree with his over.
Well, and I think Indianapolis, you know, they haven't been running the ball all that well, and Arizona stops the run pretty well. So you're probably going to get Luck to throw a lot of balls. And we know when passing happens, it slows the game down.
Very good. We've broken this one down. We're all on the over. Stay with us. We'll see if we got consensus on the next game. We're going to go ahead and look at the big game, the game of the year for this week, Denver at New England. Stay with us, pregame.tv.